Insults. We've all experienced them at some point in our lives, whether as children on the playground, in the workplace, or even among friends and family. They're those sharp, stinging moments that can catch us off guard and leave a lasting mark on our emotions. They're like little darts of disrespect, aimed right at our hearts and minds. Sometimes they come out of nowhere, and sometimes they're delivered with intention, designed to wound us where we feel most vulnerable. Insults can take many forms. They can be words, gestures, or even just a look, a raised eyebrow, a dismissive wave, or a sarcastic smirk. Even silence, when loaded with judgment, can feel like an insult. But no matter how they're delivered, insults have one goal: to make us feel bad about ourselves. They're meant to undermine our confidence, question our worth, or make us doubt our abilities. Ever been called a name that made you feel small? Maybe it was a cruel nickname, a mocking comment about your appearance, or a jab at something you care about deeply. Or had someone dismiss your ideas like they were nothing? Sometimes the pain comes not from what's said, but from being ignored or belittled, as if your thoughts and feelings don't matter at all. That's the sting of an insult. It's not just about the words or actions themselves, but the way they make us question our value and belonging. It can leave us feeling hurt, angry, or even ashamed. Sometimes the pain lingers long after the moment has passed, echoing in our minds and shaping how we see ourselves. We might replay the moment over and over, wondering what we could have done differently or why we were targeted in the first place. We all have different buttons that get pushed. What hurts one person deeply might barely register for someone else, depending on our past experiences and insecurities. What might roll off one person's back could cut another person to the core. Our reactions are shaped by our personalities, our histories, and even our mood in the moment. But one thing's for sure, nobody enjoys feeling insulted. It creates distance between people, sours relationships, and can even make us withdraw from situations or people we once enjoyed. It's a universal experience that can leave us feeling vulnerable and exposed. Understanding how insults work and how they make us feel is the first step toward handling them in a healthier way. Now, here's where things get interesting. We all know that life isn't always smooth sailing, and sometimes people say things that sting. Insults, criticism, or even just a careless remark can hit us when we least expect it. But what truly matters isn't the insult itself, it's how we choose to respond in that moment. We all get insulted from time to time, but how we react makes all the difference. Some people let those words define them, while others use them as stepping stones to grow stronger. It's like looking at two sides of the same coin. On one side, you have the person who takes every insult to heart, and on the other, someone who lets it roll right off their back. Some folks, they let those insults burrow under their skin. The words echo in their minds, replaying over and over, making them question their worth. They dwell on the negativity, letting it poison their thoughts and actions. It's like a slow drip of doubt that seeps into every part of their life, making it hard to move forward. They might withdraw, doubting themselves and their abilities. Sometimes, they even start to believe the negative things others say about them, shrinking away from opportunities and challenges. This is what we call a weak mindset. It's not about being weak as a person, but about letting negativity control your actions and self-image. But then you got those other folks, the ones who seem almost immune to insults, who don't let negativity stick to them. They hear an insult, and it's like water off a duck's back. Instead of internalizing the negativity, they let it slide right past them, refusing to give it power over their mood or self-esteem. They don't let it faze them. They know that someone else's words don't define who they are or what they're capable of. In fact, they use it as fuel to prove the haters wrong. Every negative comment becomes motivation to push harder, to show the world and themselves what they're truly made of. They channel that anger and frustration into positive action, working harder and smarter to achieve their goals. Instead of letting insults hold them back, they use them as stepping stones to reach new heights. That's the mark of a strong mindset. It's about resilience, self-belief, and the courage to keep moving forward, no matter what others say. In the end, it's not the insult that shapes you. It's your reaction that defines your strength. See, a strong mindset is like having an invisible shield. It protects you from the negativity of the world, allowing you to navigate challenges with resilience and determination. It's about believing in yourself, even when others don't. It's not about being arrogant or ignoring constructive criticism. It's about having the inner strength to handle whatever life throws your way without letting it break your spirit. It's about understanding that your value comes from within, not from the opinions of others. And that's a powerful thing, because when you believe in yourself, anything is possible. You're no longer limited by the doubts and negativity of others. You're free to pursue your dreams with passion and purpose. Now here's the real secret. Insults can actually be a gift. Most of us are taught to avoid negativity, to shield ourselves from harsh words, and to take criticism as a personal attack. But what if I told you that every insult you receive is actually a hidden opportunity? Instead of letting those words tear you down, you can use them as fuel to build yourself up, stronger than before. I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out. When someone throws an insult your way, it stings. There's no denying that. But that sting is a signal. It's a moment that forces you to pause, reflect, and ask yourself, why did that bother me? Is there any truth to it? Or is it just noise? This process of self-examination is where the magic happens. Every insult, every bit of negativity is an opportunity for growth. It's a chance to look inward and discover what truly matters to you. Sometimes criticism reveals areas where we can improve. Other times, it simply highlights our own insecurities. Insecurities we can now address and overcome. By facing these moments head-on, we become more self-aware and emotionally intelligent. It's like that old saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And it's true. Each time you survive a harsh word or a negative comment, you're building up your mental and emotional muscles. You're learning how to stand tall, even when the world tries to knock you down. Think of it as training for your mind and spirit. When you face an insult head-on, without letting it destroy you, you build resilience. You learn to bounce back faster, to recover from setbacks with greater ease. Over time, you'll notice that the things that once hurt you deeply now barely scratch the surface. You become unshakable, grounded in your own sense of self-worth. You learn to trust your own judgment and to value your own worth. Instead of relying on the opinions of others, you start to define yourself by your own standards. You realize that your value isn't determined by what others say, but by how you respond and grow from every experience, good or bad. Think of it like this. Every insult is a chance to prove something to yourself. It's a test of your character, your strength, and your ability to rise above negativity. Each time you respond with grace and determination, you're showing yourself just how powerful you really are. It's a chance to show yourself and the world what you're really made of. When you transform negativity into motivation, you inspire others to do the same. You become a living example of resilience, courage, and self-belief, qualities that others will admire and want to emulate. It's an opportunity to turn that negative energy into something positive, something that propels you forward on your journey. Remember, the next time someone tries to bring you down, you have a choice. Let it break you, or let it make you stronger. Choose growth, and watch yourself rise above, time and time again. So how do you build this unbreakable spirit? How do you develop the resilience to turn insults into fuel for growth? Well, it starts with changing your perspective. First things first, don't take it personally. Easier said than done, right? But remember, an insult says more about the person dishing it out than it does about you. Hurt people hurt people. So the next time someone throws an insult your way, try to have compassion for them. They're probably fighting their own battles. Second, focus on your strengths. What are you good at? What are you passionate about? Spend time cultivating those things. When you feel good about yourself and your abilities, insults lose their power. Now, building a strong mindset isn't just about ignoring negativity, it's also about actively cultivating positivity. It's about choosing to focus on the good, even when things are tough. Surround yourself with positive people. You know, the ones who lift you up and make you believe in yourself. The ones who see your potential, even when you don't. And don't forget to practice gratitude. Every day, take some time to appreciate the good things in your life, big or small. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to negativity. It helps you shift your focus from what's wrong to what's right. Now, here's the thing about success. It rarely comes easy. In fact, the road to success is often paved with obstacles, setbacks, and yes, even insults. But here's the good news. Every obstacle is an opportunity for growth. Every setback is a chance to learn and improve. And every insult, well, that's just fuel for the fire. Think about some of the most successful people in the world. Oprah Winfrey, Michael Jordan, J.K. Rowling. They all faced their fair share of criticism and rejection. But did they let it stop them? No way. They used it as motivation to work even harder, to prove the doubters wrong. So the next time someone throws an insult your way, don't back down. Don't let it break your spirit. Instead, embrace the challenge. Use it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Use it as fuel to achieve your goals. Use it to show the world what you're truly capable of. Remember, your critics are often your greatest teachers. They can show you where you need to improve, where you need to toughen up. So instead of seeing them as enemies, try to see them as your own personal cheerleading squad, albeit a slightly misguided one. Now go out there and show the world what you're made of. Remember, you are stronger than you think. You are more resilient than you know. And you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. So go get 'em.